Hi, I'm Bucky from The Female Lead, and today we have an interview with the awesome Rosalie Chiang, the voice behind May in Disney Pixar's Turning Red. Turning Red centres around Mei Lee, a 13-year-old girl who is torn between being her mother's obedient daughter and the burgeoning chaos of her youth. On top of getting straight A's and following her favourite boy band, now she's got a brand new challenge. When she gets too excited, stressed or angry, she turns into a giant red panda. Hello Rosalie, thank you so much for chatting with me today. Like I said, I'm Bucky from The Female Lead and I've got some questions for you. So
hey, great.
Do this. So with Turning Red being a sort of coming of age tale, what's one thing that you would want your parents to know about growing up in the world we live in today?
I think that we have a lot of pressure nowadays, not just to be perfect necessarily, but just to make our parents proud, because that's what I really want to do. They're super supportive of me, and all I want to do is I want them to look at me and think, wow, I'm so proud of her. And also that I think nowadays people are really pursuing their dreams because there's so many opportunities and just job opportunities in general to do what you love. There's a job for everything nowadays. And I think especially since my parents are Asian, we're more traditional, and you become a doctor, a lawyer, engineer, any traditional job like that. But I think nowadays, with all the job opportunities there are out there, kids should just be able to follow their dreams.
Yeah, completely agreed. That's great. That's great advice, actually. So in the film, we see May struggling with scrutiny from both her parents and people at school. Do you have any advice about remaining strong in the face of adversity like that?
Ooh. All I can say is stand your ground and don't let anyone else's opinions change you. Because of course there's going to be adversity. Of course people aren't going to like it. Of course people are going to think it's different, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's like, different is good.
Yeah.
One of our themes at The Female Lead is dare to be different. So it perfectly fits with that. Do you think it's important to be kind of unapologetic in who you are as a person?
Oh, for sure. I mean, if everyone acted the same, life would be so boring. But to be unapologetically yourself, just like May is such a powerful thing, because when you're unapologetically yourself, you don't let anyone change you and you don't let anyone faze you. And that's just a superpower, honestly, to not care what other people think.
Absolutely agree. So my favourite quote from the film is something that Jin, May's father, says. He says, "People have all kinds of sides to them, May, and some sides are messy. The point isn't to push the bad stuff away, it's to make room for it." What advice would you give to young people struggling to kind of come to terms with and express their more difficult emotions?
I would say just let it all out, because sometimes it feels like it's wrong to have certain emotions and that you shouldn't feel this way. But at the end of the day, if you feel that way, you feel that way, and it's completely valid.
Yeah, completely. So a little bit of a more gentle question. We've had a few like heavy ones in a row.
Yeah.
If you woke up with the ability to turn into like a giant animal when you got overwhelmed, what do you think it would be and why?
Well, most of the time I say snake, but I think I might have to say some sort of bird, just because I feel like if I am feeling such a strong emotion, I want to just be able to fly away and get out of there.
That's good. That's good actually. You can just fly away from the problem. You don't have to deal with it. So in the film, May is a bit dorky and a bit awkward, but what really comes across is the strength of her friendships and the support of those friends around her. How important do you think it is to really find your people?
Ooh, so important, because sometimes, especially outside of your family, friends are people you can always turn to. I mean, back home, I have my own kind of little squad that I've known for my entire life, and I know I can always depend on them whenever I need to. So yeah, friendships are important.
I think for some people as well, they can, if they perhaps don't have a strong connection with their family, you can kind of find that in a friendship group.
Friends won't judge you. That's the thing.
That's very true. So we find out in the film that obviously May's red panda transformation is passed down from her ancestors. What is something you think you might have inherited from your family?
family, I would say from my mom, I've inherited her strong opinions. What happens, which is kind of a good thing and a bad thing, in that I have my own opinions and I'm not afraid to share them. But at the same time, since my mom also has strong opinions, we clash a lot. So that always results in a lot of arguments. But yeah.
Yeah, I totally get that as well. I think there's definitely, and then it's almost like your mum can see, like, I did this, I passed this on, this is my fault.
Yep.
So I think something that I really liked about May as a protagonist was her kind of calming down routine with her, like imagining her friends and the hairbrushes was such a good move. Do you have any kind of techniques that you use when you're maybe feeling overwhelmed?
For me, I usually, there are a lot of moments in my life where I do want to like panda out, but what I do is take a deep breath, I clench my fists, and I just walk away. Because if the situation is that bad where I feel like pandaing out, then it's best if I walk away and not confront it.
I feel like that should be used as like, look, I'm going to panda out in a minute. I need to go.
Yeah, that's why I want to turn into a bird so I can fly away from the situation.
That's awesome. I think that's all our time with you today, Rosalie, but you have been amazing. Turning Red is fantastic. I cried my eyes out. It was great. So thank you so much for chatting with us today.
Thank you so much. You too.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Catch Turning Red from the 11th of March on Disney+. And don't forget to comment down below and let us know what you thought of the film.